Welcome to the SKI Medical Network podcast program. I'm your host, Myra, and today we're diving into a topic that's on the minds of every pre-med student, the medical school application process. It's a marathon, not a sprint, and one of the toughest hurdles is writing those essays. To help us navigate this, we've got Dr. Shayla Khan, a medical school admissions consultant with over a decade of experience guiding students to success. Welcome, Dr. Khan.
Thanks for having me, Myra. I'm excited to break this down for your listeners.
So let's get right into it. Whether you're just starting or deep in the process, stick around. This episode's for you. So first and foremost, why is the medical school application process so challenging?
Great question, Myra. The process is a year-long ordeal, or longer. From requesting recommendation letters to finishing interviews and choosing a school, it's exhausting. The essay writing piece is especially notorious. It demands immense effort, but you've only got a few weeks from when applications open to when essays should ideally be submitted. That tight timeline, paired with the pressure to stand out, trips up even the most motivated students. Without a plan, it's easy to lose momentum or burnout. It's all about breaking it down month by month, which I'll walk us through today. I recommend starting in January of the year you're applying. January and February are perfect for brainstorming and outlining. You don't need a polished draft yet. Focus on digging through ideas. This early start reduces stress later when deadlines loom. If you're prepping for the MCAT between January and March, hold off on drafting until after your exam. But if you're past that, use these months to explore your narrative. Now, April or May, you can ask, are they too late? So the answer is not at all. They'll just need to hustle a bit to catch up. The key is understanding what you need to write, a cohesive story, and starting wherever you are. Being ahead is great, but even late starters can succeed with focus.
So what's a good way to brainstorm essay ideas? As brainstorming sounds crucial, what's a practical way to get those ideas flowing?
One of my favorites is the writing ideas. Grab a piece of paper, start writing ideas, and connect them around stories that around your real experiences. Write multiple stories and connect them into an imaginary character that you can wrap around the compassion and help notion for others. They can also try the imaginary interview. Pick a few experiences from your web. Imagine you're on a late-night talk show and record yourself answering fun questions about them, like what did you learn or how did it shape you? It builds storytelling skills naturally. Then there's free writing. Set a timer for 15 minutes and just write to the MCAT prompt. Don't censor yourself. Let the ideas flow. Okay, once brainstorming's done. The first draft hit the page by mid-March. March 15th is ideal, but no later than March 30th. Use your brainstorming to write that first personal statement draft. If you're applying to MD and DU programs, you might need 2 versions. Then from March 15th to April 30th, revise and polish. Step away for a few days after the first draft, then come back fresh.
Amazing. So when should the first draft be ready, and how do you refine it? When should we ideally submit it?
Aim for mid-March. March 15th is ideal, but no later than March 30th. Use your brainstorming to write that first personal statement draft. If you're applying to MD and DU programs, you might need 2 versions. Then, from March 15th to April 30th, revise and polish. Step away for a few days after the first draft, then come back fresh. Don't be afraid to tear it apart and rebuild. Save old drafts, but erase, rearrange, rewrite. Check for common mistakes, repetitive phrasing, weak transitions, and ask a trusted mentor for feedback. Read it aloud to catch typos or awkward spots. By April 30th, have a final draft ready, along with your activities section. May is your golden window. Submit your AMCAS, ACOMAS, or TMDSAS primary by late May. It includes your personal statement and activities. The earlier, the better. Verification takes just a week in May, but by late June, it could take weeks due to the application flood. Early submission means you get secondary apps sooner, which gets you in front of admissions committees faster. So, it's all about timing. Submit early and you're ahead for interviews. Delay and you're waiting while others snag spots.
That is awesome. So, what's the strategy for secondary applications?
Think of late June to July as a sprint. Once your primary's verified, secondaries roll in. Aim to submit by July, definitely by August's end. Earlier is better since interviews start in August. Pre-write during May and June using last year's prompts. Most fall into 6 types: Diversity, adversity, why us, gap year, leadership, or additional info. Repurpose strong essays, tailoring them to each school. Don't rush and submit sloppy work. Adcoms can tell, but don't overthink either. Revise once you're confident, then hit send. The 2-week turnaround rule isn't universal unless a school specifies it. Quality matters as much as speed. This process is a patience testing, but you've made it this far. You've got what it takes. Start early, like January, to avoid last-minute chaos. Budget your time, don't be too hard on yourself, and stick to a timeline. Your future self will thank you when you're submitting stellar essays on time. Check out Guidelines PDF for personal statement and secondary essay example. Happy writing, everyone!
That's a wrap for today's SKI Medical Network podcast. Big thanks to Dr. Khan for guiding us through the med school app maze. If you're ready to start writing or just need a nudge, drop an email given in the description below. Until next time, keep pushing forward. See you soon.